Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Miss Natasha. I would like to start introducing myself and my friend. My name is Maisara Najiha binti Alias.
And my name is Nurul Humaira binti Abdul Rauf.
We are from Pair 2. So today we will discuss about the life birth and death by ethnic group in Malaysia for the fourth quarter of 2025. Okay, first, we will look at how Malaysians' population is changing by analyzing the recent trends in birth and death across our different ethnic groups. And we will also like to discuss about what these numbers mean for our future growth and how each community contributes to shaping our country. Okay. So why did we choose this topic? First of all, being a Malaysian citizen, I have always been fascinated by our melting pot of cultures. Recently, I was scrolling through a social media and came across a video of other ethnic groups celebrating Hari Raya. I have often noticed difference in family size and elderly population within different neighborhoods. So, I wondered whether our ethnic groups were growing at the same rate, which led me to dive into the latest official statistic to find out.
Okay, to begin with, it is important for us to establish some foundational definitions. So, according to Merriam-Webster 2026, a live birth is the birth of a living child or animal, while for death refers to the permanent cessation of all vital bodily functions. These concepts are central to our discussion because various ethnic communities in Malaysia exhibit distinct birth and death rates. So these variations directly influence the nation's overall population composition and its future development. So when birth rates remain low, the societal impact is significant, and so this leading to an increasingly aging population and a notable decline in the workforce. So if these trends continue, there is a much higher chance of the total population um, falling over time. Understanding this demographic shift is essential for planning the nation's long-term progress.
Okay, figure 1 was taken from the Department of Statistics Malaysia 2026. The pie chart shows the live birth rate by ethnicity in Malaysia for the fourth quarter of 2025. It consists of Malay, other Bumiputra, Chinese, Indians, others, and non-citizens. But we would like to emphasize on the highest and lowest data of this pie chart only. Okay, as indicated in the pie chart, the Malays accounted for the largest share of live birth, comprising 68.7% by or approximately 68,263 births at the end of 2025. This is due to Malays having the highest total fertility rate, TFR, of approximately 1.9 children per woman, whereas the Chinese and Indian rates are 0.9 and 1.1 respectively. Consequently, Malays tend to have more offspring, resulting in a higher rate compared to other ethnic groups in Malaysia. Okay, other ethnic groups recorded the lowest live birth rate by the end of 2025, accounting for just 1.3% or around 1,269 of all births. Other ethnicity featured mixed race individuals who are those with parents from diverse ethnic backgrounds, along with orang asli such as Semai, Temia, Jakun, Lano, and much more. Okay, this group experienced the fewest live births due to their significantly smaller population size relative to other races, consequently resulting in a few births. Additionally, numerous individuals in the groups came from urban areas where their lifestyle frequently result in a late marriage and fewer children.
Okay. Figure 2 shows the death rate by ethnicity in Malaysia for the fourth quarter of 2025. Next. Okay. So, from the pie chart, it can be seen that the Malay group again makes up of the largest portion at 53.3% of the total death, with the total number of deaths 27,214. So, this is primarily due to the base population effect. Um, although the Malay birth rate remains higher than other groups, the sheer size of the population ensures that even with a standard mortality rate, the raw numbers the raw numbers will exceed other ethnicities. Next, for the Chinese community, it can be seen that they have a relatively high death rate compared to their birth rate, accounting for 25.5%, with a total number of deaths 13,000. This shows the tightening gap where deaths are beginning to approach or exceed birth in certain quarters. This is caused by an aging population and sub-replacement fertility. Other than that, urbanization, higher education levels, and the high cost of living have led to later marriages and smaller family sizes. Consequently, there are more elderly people with higher death probability and fewer infants with lower birth volume. Similar to the Chinese community, the Indian demographic is experiencing a rapid fertility decline alongside a specific health profile challenge. So this highlights a stable replacement rate within the Malay community. In contrast to the Chinese and Indian demographics, where the birth death gap is tightening much more aggressively. Last but not least, for the others group, recorded the lowest percentage of death at only 1.0%, with a total number of death 538. So this group refers to mixed race individuals who are those with parents from diverse ethnic backgrounds along with orang asli. Therefore, the others group has a very minimal impact on the national death total. So this is purely a result of small population representation, which means this group makes up a very tiny fraction of the total Malaysian population. Next. So in conclusion, um, for the side of government or countries, they can offer more substantial childcare support, including tax incentive and longer periods of fully paid maternity leave. While for the companies, for having a work-life balance, they can give both mothers and fathers more adaptable work hours and establish on-site childcare facilities. That's all from us.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Okay, I think you just submit the outline to 3D and GC and then the slides as well as your video by today's midnight. Okay, I think you guys did a good job. All right, I'll see you next week, inshallah. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you,
you, Miss.
Miss.
Okay.